Hi, so I decided I was going to draw, Gerard Way in, like, the nurse uniform from the Detroit show, I'm pretty sure it was. So I kind of had, like, the basic idea of what I wanted. I was using a reference photo, that I found online, but yeah, this is my, like, second sketch, kind of refining my first one. That was kind of just laying it out at first. I really like this outfit a lot. I think it's a really fun outfit. I would probably make myself a nurse outfit if I could, but I kind of hate looking for fabric and finding patterns and stuff. I'm going to do this hand like 3 or 4 times because I really struggle with this, both the hands specifically. They end up looking, I don't keep this pose. I change it to a different pose because I don't like how the hands look, and then I don't like the original concept that I had, which was going to be Gerard pouring like some pills out, because I was like, oh, nurse, that'll be funny. And then I was like, I think Gerard had like drug issues, so maybe that isn't a good idea. Maybe that's in poor taste, like the When We Were Young concert where they had the like caption for the first show where they're like, oh, haha, Gerard's not gonna remember this, and it's like, girl. Yeah, but I did a pink background because I liked how that looked, and I got my little like color palette together. I don't end up using that orange because I was going to use it for the pill bottle, and then I don't. It is what it is. Here's my like final line work that I'm starting right now. I don't usually do too many sketch layers. I usually do one kind of basic one to figure out the pose, and then the refining one that I'm tracing over right now. I might throw like an extra one in there, but I typically don't. I usually throw an extra one in there if I'm doing multiple people or like a really intense costume outfit thing, which I haven't done in a while. So yeah. And then plus with the way I've started inking my drawings and stuff, I've done it so it's a little bit looser, so I don't have to worry about I don't have to do as many sketch layers because it's not as important as it like used to be. Yeah, and then so this one I decided like at this point that I was going to make it into a vampire because I did take a break and pause because I wanted to look for a better face reference photo, but I couldn't find one like quickly. And then I was like, oh, a lot of people do this as like a vampire look because of vampires don't hurt you. And I was like, oh, I'll do that. That sounds really fun and cool. I'm really liking how I've been doing hair lately. I think it looks really nice because it's really simple, but I still get like a nice like loose hair look. I'm still a little bit struggling figuring out how to do curly hair with it. I did a drawing of Ray the other day, and it had a lot of like layering and stuff for the curly hair because I just don't draw curly hair that often, especially like really textured curly hair. And so it's just not something that I do very often. Usually when I'm drawing people with like hair texture like that, I usually end up putting it in like braids or like dreads because I like how those look and I like drawing them. But curly hair I don't really draw as often, like tight curls. I usually do looser curls or wavy, but that's something I need to work on. I also need to do like anatomy practice and stuff, so I'm adding that to my little list of things I need to work on. And here you see me struggle with what I'm putting in that hand. That awful, awful hand. Whatever. I redo it and it's fine. It's still not my favorite, but it's not the worst hand I've ever done. And then I'm going to struggle with this skirt just a little bit too, and figuring out how I want it to look and how the legs are working, and I do this on the wrong layer and it drives me insane. But yeah, I do figure out how I like it to look, and I did do it a little bit thicker, so I go back and like just loosely erase it, because I don't like how dark it was looking. And then this silly little nurse hat. Oh, the little clips. I've been obsessed with MCR lately. It's been my like little obsession. Oh, here you can see the start of all the changes that I'm going to make. No idea what I'm doing. I don't work with medical tools. I don't want to work with medical tools. Yeah, I'm making up medical equipment. It's not something that interests me. It is honestly kind of gross. I don't like it. I do end up looking up like a reference photo for like IVs and stuff, and using that, which helps a lot. It's still not like a real medical equipment thing, but whatever. Yeah, but I've been really into my chem lately, and making art, and like their bands and stuff. I'm really excited for the LS Dunes album that's gonna come out that Frankie's working on. I want to draw Frank next, but I have a lot of fun drawing Gerard, so I probably won't. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun listening to their albums and drawing them and the whole tour. I've been a fan since probably 2015, so I'm like a newer fan, definitely. Like I guess I am kind of an older fan, but definitely like a newer fan in the long term like look at it, because they started making music before I was even born. Not that long before I was born, like 2.5 years before I was born. But yeah, I don't know, I like their stuff and I think it's cool, and people are like, oh, aren't they like old? And I'm like, yeah, but they're still making music. I'm really hoping that they're gonna make another album, and that there's gonna be like another Life on the Murder Scene style documentary, which I'm very excited for. I'm like at home all day, all the time, so once it drops, I'm going to be very excited to watch it. Oh my gosh, and then Gerard and Rosie, the Gerard showing off Rosie, his little cute donkey doll, just dropped like yesterday or the day before that, and everyone's been losing their minds and making beautiful, beautiful art, and I love it. I love that Gerard's just like, OMG, weird little art doll, because that's exactly what I would do. I have a couple weird little dolls. I have 2 clown dolls and then a porcelain doll from my grandma. The clown dolls I got at a flea market and then an antique store. They're both kind of the same thing, where people like will buy little sections or little like cabinets and then put stuff in them and sell it. But that's where I got both of my dolls, and they're very cute. I love them. Their names are Pauline and Janet's been around forever, and Pauline's just recently joined the group. But they live on my shelf. Oh, yeah, and then shading. This is how I've been doing shading lately. I've been really enjoying it. It's a lot easier, and I feel like it looks pretty nice still. And then I don't have to like do the color shading, because I am not very good at coloring. I hate coloring. I love inking. I love like drawing. I hate shading and coloring. So doing shading like this is so much easier, and it's a little bit more forgiving because I don't have to make sure the colors look nice. And it also looks nice to just post like black and white too, which, I don't do often, but it's still like important if I wanted to. Yeah, but MCR, very good. If you haven't listened to them, I don't know why you're watching the video, but you should listen to them. My favorite album, I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of Bullets lately. I don't know why. I just have been. But I was a really, really big Danger Days fan for like 2 or 3 years there. And I don't listen to it a ton anymore, but it's still pretty good. And then Revenge is, you know, iconic. It's got I'm Okay, it's got Helena, it's got Ghost of You, you know, the like really classic ones. And then Black Parade is iconic with Cancer, and then, you know, obviously Welcome to the Black Parade, and it's a good album. All of them are really good. I love their like concepts that they have for albums. I think they're very interesting. That's why I'm excited for like a new album, especially with Foundations of Decay coming out. I think it's going to be a very interesting album conceptually. Me and some people that I know, just on like a random server, were talking about Gerard because he mentioned wanting to make a fantasy book and having Rosie in it, and we were talking about how like bad he is at like making storylines, but he's really good at like the ideas and the concepts and stuff. And that's why I'm really excited for the album, because all of them make really great music, and I'm really excited for it. I changed the like line work color, the ink color. I don't know. I changed the color of the line work to a darker purple, because I thought that would look a little bit better with the background colors and then the color scheme that I had. And then with how I've been coloring these pieces is I just do a flat color underneath everything, and then let the line work kind of work for me. I do add a little bit of blush to the cheeks and the nose, and then like the joints, because I like how that looks, and I think it's a cute look. And I also changed this. I don't like this green for that. I do use the green for some lettering, but not for this. And then I change it to red, I change it to blood. But yeah, I don't know, this piece is almost done. It took a little while to do. It didn't take super long. I don't work on pieces for a very long time, which I guess makes them a little bit messier and causes them to have like some issues with anatomy or composition, but I don't really care, because I like working fast, and I don't like working on a piece for very long, because I just have so many ideas and stuff for different pieces that the sooner I get one done, the sooner I can get it over with and like start a new one. But yeah, I work on the background a little bit because the lighting I did on Gerard was a little funky, and I wanted the background to reflect that a little bit. And then I do some lettering, and then I also had blood splatters. I don't know if the blood splatters show up in the video, but I posted 2 different versions on Tumblr, one with blood splatters and then one without. And then I really like how I did the lettering on this one. My handwriting's always been a little funky, especially since when I was younger, I was really into Palais Royale and how Emerson Barrett did his lettering, and it ended up a little bit negatively affecting how I did mine, trying to copy it. So it's all a little funky now, but I've been getting better. Okay, yeah, so here's the blood splatters. We're almost done with the piece. I kind of play with the brush a little bit, but yeah, I really like how this piece turned out. I think it's really cool and really good, and, you know, fairly simple, but I'm really happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me ramble and watching the video. Thank you.